I have several topics to talk about for this video, mainly about the one-sidedness of the media. So, if you haven't heard about this, recently a GOP facility, a place that supports President Trump and the Republican side, and they expressed their support for the GOP and Republican side, and the president, as anyone should be able to do. The facility was recently shot at, and the windows were shot out. There was a bullet hole in one of the windows, and there were multiple bullet holes in the building. And what does the news media report on? Absolutely nothing. All they talk about is the negativity of the Republican side. Let me tell you, you never hear anything. Why is it that you never hear any of the violence from the other side, or any criticism of the violence from the Democratic side? You don't see any type of reports of the violence from their side. And there have been hate crimes from their side. There have been attacks from their side, violence, threats, name calling, bullying. There are anti-bullying campaigns that they do. Bullying is wrong, yes. But they do all of these campaigns against bullying. The Democrats, the liberals, they say they are so anti-hate, anti-bullying, but yet they bully the other side, mind control the other side, and force them to think a certain way. But check out this New York Post. They won't even admit that it was a Democrat that did it, even though it was proven that it was a liberal person or a person on the Democratic side that did this. The GOP chapter chair blames Dems for shooting out office windows. They did more than just shoot out the office windows. They shot at the people on the inside, made bullet holes in the windows, and they left holes in the walls with the bullets. And they said they blamed the Democrats for doing it. Now, if it had been like they reported last time, a Republican doing something, they would have immediately stated it worldwide. There's good and bad on every side, but anymore the mind control is getting ridiculous. Fake news media, it's real. You have to go on to alternative news before you even find anything anymore that's true. 4 shots were fired into a Republican Party office in Florida. Washington Post and New York Post both. Did they report on the truth of it? No, they just said the Republicans blamed the Democrats. Well, it was supposedly proven to have been a Democrat. The person with a gun fired particularly at this Republican Party office in Florida. He fired at least 4 bullets. The political violence has risen in advance of the midterm elections. And I'll show you in a moment what they had to state. Now, police believe the shooting occurred between 4 p.m. Sunday, and the last time a person was in the office was at the office and 9 a.m. Monday. So it did happen around the time that someone, I believe, might have been in there. I don't know. It says at 4 p.m. So it occurred between 4 p.m. Sunday and 9 a.m. on Monday. And the last time someone was in the office was 9 a.m. Monday. So let's see. They shot out the windows, plastered with signs supporting the Republican Party and GOP candidates, including President Trump. Cheatham said that the office had yet to confirm a motive or identify a suspect in the shooting, and had not found any video evidence or any witnesses. Seriously. With all of the surveillance equipment, all of the cameras, satellite technology, all of the things that they have now, people with constant cell phones, when some shooting takes place, someone's got footage somewhere. With all of the equipment and technology that we have, they claim there's still no video evidence and no witnesses. If it had been a Democrat, they would have made a witness. If it had been a Republican, that a Democrat that it happened to, or a Republican doing that crime, they would have immediately supposedly searched for evidence, found evidence, and yeah, just saying. It's very one-sided there, if you ask me. So they claim they're investigating some shootings that happened at this Republican headquarters. And I'll show the video here in a moment. The only one they claimed was supposedly found immediately was the person who sent those bombs. And for some reason, his Facebook account was still active after he went in prison, and he kept stating things like, "You'll never really find me. You'll never really get me." I found that to be odd. I heard his Facebook and social media accounts, various social media accounts, were still active, and he was posting comedies and comics to them regarding previous administrations and Democratic parties and people of the Democratic side. He was posting statements and slurs and comical things about them on his page and stated that "you'll never really get me." So who knows? That's the only people who would do this. He said nothing about without offering proof. Without offering proof, though. He said without offering proof. He said that's the only people who would do this. The sick Democrats. So that's what he stated, and obviously it has to be someone who is against the Republican side, or they wouldn't do this. They'll probably say something like, "They did it on themselves. They made it up," or "they fake. It's fake." My idea of civility is go vote or don't, and if you don't win or your candidate you support doesn't make it, suck it up and go home. Just move on. You have the right to put up signs for Democrats. You have the right to put up liberal signs, but you don't have the right to support Republican or put up Republican or GOP signs without being bashed or shot at. Anyone else, if they would have investigated to the fullest extent of the law if this had happened at a Democratic office. I'm just saying, it's just true. They would have investigated to the full extent of the law possible. Another thing is they're fussing about President Trump now, stating, did he wait too long to visit that Jewish synagogue that was shot up in that horrible act of hate, of anti-Semitism? They said, did he wait too long? He asked them, and they told him to wait. It would be better to wait until after all of the bodies were buried and everything took place, then visit. So they waited, and President Trump waited, and now he's visiting, and now they're putting that on him, saying, did he wait too late? And then they tried to blame him even after multiple times he denounced those heinous acts. It's insane. It's really insane. Let me show you the video clip, though, of the man whose particular GOP office, Republican office, was shot at. Now, this is courtesy of the Next News Network. This comes from the Next News Network on YouTube. Look at that bullet hole in one of the windows, right there on top of Uncle Sam's hat there, which, hold on, if I can get this to play, I'm going to show you what he has to state.
Well, I was here till 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. We keep this place open 7 days a week.
I don't want to be in trouble for copyright.
I learned about it this morning when my volunteers showed up that something was wrong.
I put squiggles for copyright.
And I'm looking at the busted out window that some nice Democrat did. Republicans don't have any beef about what we're doing. It's the Democrats. Is that a bullet hole?
Yes, that's a bullet hole.
Okay, so they actually used it too. So
yeah, 9mm thing.
Where are the bullet holes again?
There's two there.
There's two in the back.
This is where one of them grazed the ceiling. You can move that screen.
It is what it is. You know, we're gonna repair the window and we're gonna. You see what I'm on my wife?
What's that?
It's all come out. It's gotta come out. It's gotta come out.
Can you imagine if that was your office?
So, the thing is, why isn't this being reported on the majority? Why is this not being reported? Practically Republican rhetoric. People just get along. This is absurd. This is stupid. This is insane. This is crazy. I don't understand why. I mean, it's all mind control. It really is. And before, if you were a Democrat, if you were a Republican, whatever. It was whatever. Whichever side of the fence you were on, so to speak, people didn't shoot each other because of it. People didn't kill each other most of the time. They didn't do these stupid things because of it. And usually you see most of the hate coming from the other side. Now, sometimes some staged occurrence takes place, in my opinion, or sometimes some lone crazy person on the Republican side does. Some person with a history of crazy violence or rhetoric. Kindness and get along. Nazi crap and all of that, when that's not the way that all of us feel, we don't want everyone else killed, and they represent everyone as hate, that they want to represent as hate, and that they're the only more hate than anyone else. They put out so much hate, but yet stand for love, they claim. And it's crazy. Let us all put out love, kindness, and just peace, love, and respect. That's all I have to say. I just shared the news with you all that they're not reporting on, so I just want to share it with you all. This came from the Next News Network. And I just added my own 2 cents and shared some of my opinions, my views, and just shared some of the news with you all that you probably won't see other places. Much love. Peace. Bye.